Baby, come here.
Can I sit here too?
Can we hold you? You're
You silly goose.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We can have you in
Okay,
the video.
we'll improvise here.
Come this way. Sit
Yeah.
between us. Oh,
Sit like a big girl.
yeah, you are. Yeah. We have a guest in our video today. She's gonna sit here with us, I guess. You're not sitting very ladylike though, but
That's fine.
actually she's covered up. She's got her paw covered. Yeah, hi, sweet girl. So if you haven't figured out, the dogs that we're doggy sitting for are amazing. They're so freaking cute.
Sweet. Both of them are very sweet.
We are doing our very first Trusted House Sitters sit. And the reason why we wanted to give this a go is because, as you guys know, well, you might not know exactly when, but in 13 weeks, we start our adult gap year, our sabbatical. So this was to see how we might enjoy doing some downtime while we're on our trip, taking care of some cute puppies, and maybe going to some areas we wouldn't otherwise go to, and getting some free lodging.
Yeah, so it's an organization called Trusted House Sitters. And basically you sign up, you pay an annual membership fee. And I imagine I don't know because we're not homeowners or pet owners, but I imagine they pay a fee too. So short story is it just matches people with who have a need with people who can fill that need.
Yeah. And there's an application process. So first of all, the homeowner submits a sit out and it gives dates, location, and then they tell you about where they live, their home, the pets that they have, and then you as a sitter apply. Now some sits have very high applications. It could be location, it could be how beautiful the place is, perhaps it's the pets, and then other places it will indicate if there's low applications. And this was our very first one we've actually ever done, and the people were very responsive and very nice, and I think that this is only their second house sit as well.
We are in Nashville right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville is a very cool little city. I don't know if it's a little city. I guess it depends on what kind of cities you're used to. But we're enjoying it. We are not quite downtown, but within walking distance, or at least for us, it's about an hour walk to get downtown.
Yeah, so depending on what you consider walking distance, to us that's walking distance. But we wanted to stay this time and really immerse ourselves in this little neighborhood, and this neighborhood is adorable. We're near about a half a mile from the 12 South neighborhood, and we went down there and had a donut. We're going there for dinner, and it's actually extremely cute. There's all kinds of nice shops. Has a very, very fun vibe.
And we didn't pick Nashville because we necessarily wanted to come to Nashville. We have been here before. We were just looking basically what's within a reasonable drive for us to be able to try this out and see if it's going to work for us while we're doing a long travel.
So for those of you who don't know, we right now are, I guess you would consider us electively homeless. So we are living in hotels. So during the week when we're working, we live in one hotel, and then we go on some sort of adventure every weekend. So last weekend we went to Blue Ridge, the weekend before we went to Auburn, this weekend we're in Nashville, next weekend we're back in Auburn going to a football game. So we just go on a mini adventure, and this has also been our opportunity to sort of hone our skills for this bigger trip. So
so we've been practicing taking video, we've been practicing what it's like to get work done while we're traveling.
Is that your sister? No. What does she want?
We've been practicing what it's like to go grocery shopping in a hotel or in somebody else's house, and all the things that we're going to need to do.
We've also been honing in on our packing. So obviously we're not packing for, well, that's the thing. We're never packing for a year. We're really packing for like a week, maybe 10 days. But we're practicing and figuring out what sorts of clothing materials work for us and what don't, which, as we continue to narrow down our lifestyle. And by the way, in a video coming up, you're going to get an idea that there's not much left. I think what we own would fit on a little bit more than this couch now.
So this is our first Trusted House Sitters experience. So far, it's been amazing. The people were very nice. The pets are very sweet, as you can see.
Isn't she the cutest?
definitely do this again.
Yes, she is so sweet. And she talks a little bit. Should we show them a video of you talking to me? Bambi, tell me what you think. Huh? Yeah? What else? You think so? Do you think we should go for a walk? Is that a yes? Yeah, that looks like a yes. Blanche, what do you think? Should we go for a walk? Is that a yes? Yeah.
What are some pros and cons?
So I think some of, do you want me to, I'm going to start with the cons because that's not my personality. And your personality, you're going to take the pros.
What? Okay. You're about to throw me under the bus a little bit.
I didn't though.
Okay.
You knew. You knew. So some of the cons are you definitely are committed to taking care of, I'm going to call them the little ones. So depending on what you've committed to, this could range all the way from a cat that you maybe don't need to spend that much time with to multiple dogs. There's even reptiles. Sometimes there's farm animals. We've not committed to doing any cats because I'm allergic. We're not doing any farm animals because we don't know what the heck we're doing. And Nathan says no snakes. I think the rest of the reptiles would be fine, right? So that's the biggest thing. If you're wanting to go off for 12 hours and explore, this is maybe not the right option for you. But if you want to have some time to explore on a smaller scale and have the comforts of being in a home and to chill out, this is a great way for us to maybe get some work done, things like that.
Yeah, I think it's been great because it does allow us to be more comfortable than just being in a cramped hotel. I imagine, especially in Europe where they might be smaller. So we got a comfortable living room, we have a comfortable bedroom, we have a bathroom,
kitchen, full kitchen.
Full kitchens. We do grocery shopping and cook, so we can cut down on eating out if we want to or need to. We have workspaces access. They happen to have streaming services, so we have access to that.
Good Wi-Fi.
With the dogs, they're pretty easy, but if you want to sleep in, they gotta go pee. When they do their business, you gotta pick it up.
Hi. Do you want to come say hi? You want to come up? Come on. Are you going to come around? Come on, girl. Yeah. Can they see you? I don't know if they can see you.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet girl. This is her sister. Come on. Oh, you can do it. Come on. She's a little bit older. Good girl. Good girl. She just rolled around in the grass. She's kind of covered in some grass. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So one other thing to keep in mind would be with pets that have needs. You're not spending the entire day somewhere. If you're going to leave them, every pet's going to be different, and the owner will tell you. But generally, I would say for dogs, probably not more than 4 to 6, maybe 8 hours, depending on the dog.
Yeah, I mean, each pet owner does a very extensive breakdown of, and ours was very thorough. So if there's an emergency, where would you take them to the vet? If what they eat and how they eat, expectations if they want you to take care of some plants or anything. So you can get all that information in advance. And so for ours, they didn't specify how long to leave them, but we haven't left them for more than a couple of hours.
So I think this is going to really work well for us, especially when we might want to slow down a local environment or location more in depth and live like a local. It'll feel more authentic, I think, living in a household than out of a hotel. If you are someone who likes to travel and can be that flexible, this might be a really great way to save a little bit of money and
save a lot of money. I think that the person that this is best for is someone who really loves pets, or in our case, we love dogs, but our lifestyle doesn't really allow for us to have our own dog. And then for someone who is looking to travel on a budget, because your biggest expense is generally your lodging, and you'll see in future videos how we're going to make that possible and how we've come up with a strategy to reduce significantly the cost of lodging. But free lodging is hard to beat. But it's not for someone who wants to be out and about, 12 hours at a time. This is not the right thing for you.
I'm actually wondering, as of right now, why we don't have this in our plan more.
Well, maybe we will make it in our plan more.
Yeah, I think we will look at doing this more.
Are you surprised at how much you've enjoyed these little doggies?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so sweet. Can you tell how adorable this dog is? Lance, do you want to come up? Come on. Come on. You want to come say hi? Oh, you're going to nudge me because I'm not petting you enough? Yes. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you're both so sweet. I will tell you, her breath is not good. You're very cute, but your breath is like hot garbage. That was her mom's description. That was your mom's description. Hot garbage. Yeah. Wow. It smells like low tide. Yeah, it's so great. I love it. Oh, also, there is a big con.
Picking up poop.
Hardly even worth it. What are you going to do to get it all out, girl?
You might have two.
I hope not. Ooh, I don't like that. You can feel it through the bag.
It's warm and squishy.
It smells bad. It's the only part I don't like. The rest of it, I like all of it. I can't. Oh my God. I gag. I do, don't I?
Yeah.
I can't handle like the squishing through the bag on my hand. I almost spit out my breakfast this morning, didn't I? But I did it. I did it. If that doesn't bother you, though, then don't worry about it.
Now let's take a look at the website. Okay, so the first thing to do is go to TrustedHousesitters.com and then make yourself a profile. So I've already made a profile, so we're going to use mine. And then this right here is the dashboard. So this is our current sit. And as you can see, I've only done the one sit, and it tells you right here, there's a little icon that tells you how many and what types of pets. We've been having a conversation. I want to maintain this person's anonymity, but this was really helpful. The welcome guide that they did was very thorough. So the welcome guide is where you would click and get all the information about their expectations, information about Wi-Fi, information about right down to recycling and more. But let's pretend that we wanted to get a sit. So I'm going to go to find a house sit. So let's make a hypothetical situation. Let's pretend we're going to England. So England, United Kingdom. And we can put in all sorts of things to narrow this down. Let's say we wanted to do it in November. Okay, we want to do it in November for a week. Let's say maybe the 15th to the 22nd. Okay, then I have certain pets that are no-go for me. So we will do dogs. I'm hesitant to do reptiles because Nathan doesn't like snakes. We'll definitely do fish. We'll do small pets. We'll do birds. But we're not doing livestock, horses, poultry, reptiles, and cats. So I'm going to apply that. If you wanted to be specific about things, you could, like, let's say you are dying to go to the beach. Let's just say we want to relax. So we're going to the countryside, but we're also open to going to the city. If you wanted to be more specific, you could have a house, an apartment. If you wanted to be able to bring family with you, you could have a conversation with the owner. For us, high-speed Wi-Fi is important. Public transit is actually an important thing for us because we're not having a car. And you can actually get a car included. And I've seen a few places that have that, but as long as there's public transit, we don't care about a car. So we're going to apply that, and we're just going to see what is available. So the first thing you're going to see is a picture. Some of these homeowners take a picture of outside of their home if it's a really beautiful place. Some people take it from the inside of the home. Some people it's a pet. And so that's one way to narrow it down a little bit, like this one. This one is cute because they're including a picture of themselves. I mean, and then you can see, like, if you're not comfortable with more than one dog, you could do just a single dog, but let's just pick a random person here. This one says it's low applications. It's only for a couple of dates though. So I'm like, all right, we're flexible. Let's see what it is. And then you can go through the pictures and get an idea. I think some of the things you want to look at, does the house look clean? Because if it doesn't look clean in the pictures they took, then it's definitely not going to be clean when you get there. This looks very clean and very cute. It's definitely important that they have pictures of the pet. Oh my gosh, this dog is adorable. He's really cute. He's obviously some sort of chow mix. Oh, there's a couple. Is it 2 dogs? I can't recall. Yeah, 2 dogs. So they're like little brother and sister. And then they will tell us highlights of, like, of the criteria that I've put in, does it match our, our lifestyle? For us, we like to go on really long walks. So this does not intimidate us at all. If you're someone who doesn't exercise much, you definitely want to look at what the exercise requirements of the pets are. And then the next thing I read is the introduction. I like it when they have a pretty thorough, explanation of who they are and the way that they talk about their pets. Then as I go down, this is a big one for us because of the work we need to do while we're gone. And then it does say access to public transit. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper to see exactly what that means, but this is important too. Read the responsibilities. And here they say that they can be left alone for up to 7 hours and they'll just sleep and entertain themselves. So that's a pretty long duration. Some of them are as short as 2 hours. I've seen up to 8 hours, but this is a pretty long duration and you can probably go do some fun stuff. And then they show pictures of the pets and they're both chows, very cute. This is where it gets really important. It's very important to look at the reviews and see what their experience was like. Now, as with places like Airbnb, because there's this, you want people to recommend you and you want to be recommended. So I don't know if people are always totally honest, but I have definitely read a couple of not great reviews for like dogs that were kind of aggressive and such. So I think it's really important to read through. The first thing I do is I kind of look at their like the overall stars, and these are a lot of 5-star reviews, and then I will start to dig deeper into the details of the reviews. And then I also think this is helpful. So if I take this and I scan out, depending on where we are and places you might want to go, you can see how close you are to things next door, or if it's within the 7-hour time frame that they are recommending. So if you decide that this is a good fit for you, then you go to apply now. I will tell you that this website does send you a lot of emails if you put in some criteria. I wish there was a more effective way of narrowing those emails down. I've tried to do that, and I do not find that to be helpful at all. It still gives me like 8 emails a day, and I really find that to be excessive. So Trusted House Sitters, if you're listening, that needs to calm down a little bit. Let's also take a look at the fee schedule. This is if you're a pet parent. So if you take a look, there's definitely a reason to get at least the standard or the premium. So this right here was one of the reasons we did it, but this is another one. So if they cancel on us, they actually have a pretty reasonable reimbursement. So they'll provide up to $150 compensation per night to cover the cost of alternative accommodations, or up to $1,500 per sit. For us, that was worth it, just in case they canceled on us last minute and we're stuck without any lodging. And if you get lodging last minute, it can be really unreasonable. So that, I think, was worth that money. And then the same thing if you want to be a sitter. So we have the premium, we have this and this. So we've already paid for the premium sitter. So it was $250 for the whole year. You can get the lower ones, but I think that the accident and third-party liability plan alone is enough to get the standard sitter. The biggest difference is if something happened to this dog or something happened to their house, you don't want to be held liable. So for us, the premium was the sit cancellation plan was worth it. The 2 airport lounge passes pretty much paid for it. So those are the 2 primary reasons that we did the premium. And then there's the combined. So if you also have a pet that you would like to have taken care of and you like to watch other people's pet when you travel, it's very much the same. This is just a combination. Another nice thing about this is that no money exchanges hands between the homeowner and the pet sitter. So that uncomplicates a lot of stuff.
So let us know what you think. Is this something that you think you could do? Is it something you think that would be helpful? Is it something you think, based on the videos you've already seen of us, can we do it?
We already did it. We're already experts. What are you talking about?
So let us know. And if you have done it, let us know what your experience has been.
And we would be so grateful if you would consider subscribing. Maybe give a thumbs up and share this with a friend that you think this would be appropriate for. We really appreciate it.
So we are adopting this phrase moving forward. Journey further, live lighter.
I love you. You were the best co-star. Yeah, great co-stars.